even for locals like me, it can be difficult to get out here.
It's Canada's oldest operating lighthouse, and it's now easier to get to by boat thanks to retired Sambro fisherman Dennis Garrison. He recently began offering tours with Crystal Crescent charters that would allow people to disembark on the island to see the lighthouse built in 1758 up close.
Hurricane Dorian did a little bit of damage to the lighthouse where you see it was fixed up.
The Sambro Island Lighthouse Heritage Society was formed 10 years ago in 2014 to save it from being left to rot.
When you step foot on this island, you can almost feel the broad sense of history.
Stephanie Smith's great-great-grandfather was the third lightkeeper here, and her great-grandfather followed in his footsteps. She started a petition requesting the federal government to continue to maintain it and secured $1.5 million. That was 2014, but it continues to be maintained by DFO to this day.
It really has been a success. This lighthouse has been saved.
This would be the major lighthouse after Sambro Island when you're coming into the approaches to Halifax Harbour.
While the Sambro Lighthouse has been a success story, former lightkeeper Chris Mills says 75% of the roughly 160 lighthouses in Nova Scotia are in a really precarious position right now.
The term we use is demolition by neglect. They have not been maintained, and then it reaches a point where they're not safe to enter into service. They're being replaced by skeleton towers, and the lights are being literally left to fall down.
Smith was himself a lightkeeper for 9 years, but it's been over 30 years now since the last staffed lighthouse in Nova Scotia closed in 1993, the Yarmouth Light in Cape Forshue.
One of the really important things we did as lightkeepers were observe the weather and report weather to local fishermen who would call us on the radio. So we were always there, always on scene. We were available to provide them with information about the weather that no one else could as accurately as we could.
While advances in GPS and radar have helped mariners, Mills and the Nova Scotia Lighthouse Preservation Society hopes more will be done to keep the lighthouses that may be lesser known than Sambro Island standing. So, what's the best part about being a lightkeeper?
The view of the sea every day, the parade of wildlife, whales, seals, seabirds, the storms, the sunsets, the sunrises, the whole thing.